Hey guys, welcome back to episode 15 here at MCrider. This week we're going to continue our cornering series, and if you're new to the series, start back at episode 13. Start watching that series from there, and that will lay the groundwork for what we're going to cover today. So here's some video I shot a few years ago at the MotoGP races in Austin, Texas. Now here's one of the top motorcycle riders in the world rounding a corner. And what do you notice about his technique? Here's some other guys doing the same corner in the same race. So if the best riders in the world are doing this, we probably should be able to learn something from their technique as well. Notice every rider is entering the curve, but they're looking through the turn or where they want the motorcycle to go. They're not looking directly in front of the motorcycles, but they're looking through the turn. If the best riders in the world practice good head and eye placement, maybe us mere mortals should do so as well. Having good head and eye placement is one of the most critical aspects of turning a motorcycle. So here's a saying that you should commit to memory. You should always look where you want the motorcycle to go and know that your motorcycle will go where you look. Honestly, this was one of the hardest things for me to learn as I started learning to ride correctly a few years ago. It just did not seem natural for the motorcycle to be pointed in one direction, and yet my head and eyes were looking through the turn and not in the direction that the motorcycle was pointed. But as I began to force myself to turn my head through the corners, in fact, what I focused on wearing a full face helmet was actually getting my chin bar as close as I could to my shoulder through the corners. But as I started to do that, I noticed how much smoother my cornering became. And after a while, it became to the point where it didn't feel natural not to do that. So I had retrained what felt natural for me going through a corner. So what do we mean by looking through the turn? Well, as I approach the corner, I scan ahead through the curve, looking for gravel or debris or something in the corner, also assessing the tightness of the corner. But before leaning the bike into the corner, I have my head and eyes turned fully towards where I want the motorcycle to end up or where I want it to go. Once I've assessed that the corner is clear of debris and what its radius is, I know what I want my entry speed to be. So I slow with both brakes to my entry speed, and then I look through the corner to where I want the motorcycle to end up, using my peripheral vision to assure that I'm on the expected path of travel. So what a lot of riders will do when they're trying to learn this technique is they'll look through the corner, but they'll do so more with their eyes. So they'll get a little bit of head turn, and then they'll really turn their eyes thinking that they're looking through the corner. But what I want you to get in the habit of is getting that head on a swivel. So you're looking through the corner, you're physically turning your head. In fact, I tell a lot of people, point your nose in the direction that you want the motorcycle to go. So head on a swivel, fully turn through that corner is what we're talking about when we say turn your head through the corner. So not only will this technique make your cornering a whole lot smoother, but you'll be able to see hazards in the road a lot quicker too. Go back and watch episode 8. Had I not had my head and eyes turned through that corner, I probably would have been involved in a serious accident. So go back and watch episode 8 and you'll see the potential benefits of turning your head through the corner. So start practicing turning your head through every corner. Before long, it won't feel natural not to turn your head through the corner. And you'll be surprised at the benefits you'll get back from that by much smoother cornering and being able to see hazards in the road a whole lot sooner and being able to adjust on them where otherwise you would have ridden right into it. So come back next week. We're going to talk about pressing on the hand grip or counter steering to get the motorcycle to go where you want it to go. So that will continue our cornering series. So far we've covered slow and look. Next week we're going to cover press as we continue to cover the fundamentals of cornering a motorcycle. So this is Kevin with MCrider. Guys, we'll see you on the road.